Greetings loyal subscribers and honoured guests. It's time for my first proper episode for Cyberpunk September, where I will be reviewing 2064 read-only memories. I played it from beginning to end on my Steam Deck, where the game currently has a status of unconfirmed, but I encountered no issues whatsoever and you should be totally fine should you choose to play it there as well. It was released on pretty much every platform going though, so you should be able to find it whatever your preference. The developer was Midboss, who originally released the game in 2015, just as read-only memories, without the voice dialogue other than the intro. The 2064 update then polished the game, adding hours of fully voiced lines for all of the major characters, and is the version that is available for purchase today. I've been meaning to play it for years now, and I decided this was finally the time to get on with it. As you may have guessed, the game takes place in the year 2064, in the setting of Neo San Francisco, where robot assistants called ROMs are widely available to perform several tasks, such as helping the average consumer in their day-to-day chores, or on a civic level backing up law enforcement or maintaining the local parks, for example. As the story begins, your character, who is a struggling journalist, awakens in their rather dishevelled flat to discover that someone, or rather something, has broken in. It is here you meet Turing, the first of a new breed of ROM that is so intelligent it could be said to be fully alive. He tells you that his creator, a friend of yours called Hayden, has been abducted and that you are the only person that may be able to track him down. This is a bit of a shock and confusing to you as you haven't spoken with Hayden for years, but you would begrudgingly agree to hear Turing out and ultimately offer your assistance to him. From there, the game plays out somewhat like a detective story in the form of a visual novel. Most of your time will be spent talking to various characters and attempting to get to the bottom of what happened to your friend. There is a smattering of fairly straightforward puzzles that the average player shouldn't find too taxing, as well as the occasional minigame or action sequence which can sometimes be a bit annoying at first, until you have sussed out exactly how they work. Some of the dialogue choices you make through the adventure will have an impact on the ending, in particular how you decide to treat Turing. If you treat him as an equal and with compassion, the story will go one way, and if you treat him coldly like he's beneath you or just a thing, things will go another way. As the chapters roll by, you will come into contact with other characters who will become your allies by the end of the game, such as the hacker Tomcat, or Lexi, the police detective who used to date your sister. Exactly who is on your side and to what degree will depend on your actions, but ultimately the story will lead to a definitive conclusion no matter what path you take. The main thing that always appealed to me about 2064 read-only memories and made me want to play it was the presentation. The pixel art is extremely reminiscent of Sega CD era adventure games, most strongly Snatcher by Hideo Kojima. This is only reinforced once you witness the intro with the fantastic synthwave score and a voiceover performed by Dave Fennoy, who you may well recognise as Lee from Season 1 of Telltale's The Walking Dead. Midboss have captured the same atmosphere as Snatcher, which is no mean feat, as that, in my opinion, has one of the best introductions of any game ever.
High above the rising tension below, a parallax engineer has blurred the line even further. And with this, humanity's destiny will be altered forever.
Fennoy is joined by the original voice actor who performed as Clementine alongside him, Melissa Hutchinson. It took me a little while to figure out it was her because she sounds quite different as Turing, but there was something naggingly familiar about it, so I knew I had heard the voice somewhere before. The rest of the supporting cast is also really strong and comprised of relatively unknown talent. The third pillar of the game's presentation, which is the soundtrack, is also exceptional. So much so that I'm going to risk using some of it as background music for this review. I hope the composer, Too Mellow, is cool with that. So all of this adds up to a compelling package, but it's not going to be for everyone. If you get antsy during lengthy dialogue sections when you play a game, then you aren't going to get on with this, as it's predominantly what this game is. Those who appreciate a good tale well told and who vibe with the game's atmosphere are really going to love it though. We aren't looking at a huge time investment either. I would guess around 8 to 10 hours at the most. 2064 read-only memories regularly goes on sale on every platform, but even at full price it's not going to break the bank, at between £15 and £18 on every platform. Unless you want a physical copy, that is, where the limited run edition has long been out of print, will now set you back about 50 quid for the standard edition, or as much as 300 quid for the collector's edition. That CE would be a cool thing to own, and I am envious of anyone who had the foresight to buy a copy while it was easily obtainable, but that much is too rich for my blood. This needn't stop you from playing and enjoying this entertaining, thoughtful and empathetic adventure though. Midboss has been teasing a sequel entitled Read Only Memories Neurodiver for quite some time now, but the slated release date of 2022 has come and gone, and there has been no sign of it. Now that I have finally finished this first game, it has become one of my most anticipated upcoming releases, so I hope we can still expect it fairly soon. I hope you will jack in with me again next time, where I will be reviewing Valhalla Cyberpunk Bartender Action, which just happens to be another game that I have been meaning to play for almost as long as 2064 read-only memories. Thank you for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, then please consider leaving a like, dropping a comment, subscribing to the channel or sharing on social media. See you in the Matrix, and in the meantime, take care.